I've been possessed. I've been possessed by a ghost. That's right. It's not my fault. It's the ghost's fault that I bought so many damn books in this past week. So many, in fact, and I've got to split this into two videos because what better way to celebrate all of these books than to show it off? This is my book haul video, guys. Let's go. This video is going to be focusing on NYRB books. So if you don't know what NYRB is, it stands for New York Review Books. This is by far the best indie book publisher out there. What they focus in specifically in their NYRB classics is they go back and they reprint these books that aren't in print anymore. These classics, we got like American classics, international, these obscure books that are it's just so damn good. Before this week, I've never owned a single NYRB book, and that's about to change. So, all right, let's show you guys. The chair fell. Okay, it's the ghost. It's the ghost's fault. So, first book, The Long Ships by France G. Bengtsson. I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. So this is some Swedish guy, and it's a Viking novel, history novel, Vikings, Christianity. Seems sick. NYRB books, just show it to you. Look at how nice, that looks. That cover, spines here. So read the quick blurb here. This extraordinary saga of epic adventure on land and sea is a masterpiece. That's right, guys, a masterpiece of historical fiction. Not least of the rewards of reading Mr. Bengtsson's gorgeous romance is the sly humor that is sprinkled through it. I'm excited for this. When I start this, I'll play God of War Ragnarok. I'll watch the Northman movie. Maybe I'll watch that one Viking show. Forget what it's called. I watched a few seasons of it, but fuck yeah, guys. All right, next one. This is under the Christmas tree. Sometimes you just gotta treat yourself, you know? That's just how it be. Now this one, this is just like, I had to get it because of how weird it is. It's called The Stone Door by Leonada Carrington. So this woman, she was, I think it was 20th century. She was this great painter, and yeah, I'm not doing a great job of telling about her story, but we'll just read the back of it. But first of all, look at this. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Stone Door. Okay, so the Stone Door is an omen, incantation, an adventure story rolled into one. Built in layers like a puzzle box, it is the tale of two people, of love and the zodiac and the Kabbalah, of Transylvania and Mesopotamia, converging at the Caucasus of a mad Hungarian king named Boris Killary, and of a woman's discovery of an initiatory code that leads to a cyclopean obstacle to love, self, and awareness, to the great stone door of Keska and beyond. That sounds crazy. Honestly, the Zodiac and the Kabbalah, that's what sold it to me. I didn't need anything else. Okay, so here's some history about it. Written at the end of World War II, but not published until 1977, and long unavailable. The Stone Door is at once a celebration of the union of the surrealist painter, Leonada Carrington, that's the author's name, and her husband, the Hungarian-born photographer, Chiki Weiss, and an argument for the unification of the male and the female as a means of liberating the human race. That's fascinating. Yeah. This is why NYRB is great. They bring back to life these old obscure books, and to someone like me who like this is great. All right, next book. Oh yeah, I bet some of you recognize this one. This is a A book talk beloved. I've been hearing about this for a long time. Stoner by Mr. John Williams here. So John Williams is American author, one of those guys who unfortunately didn't get his flowers until after his death. It is a shame how often this happens to these literary great authors, it's probably something that contributes to their depression. They're putting out these amazing artistry out there and just don't get the recognition they deserve. So Stoner's is most well known. He's known to have released three great novels, some which I may show you later. So this is what's known as a campus novel, one of those where I'm not gonna bother to read the blurb because I think I can explain on my own. It's life passes this guy, it goes through he's in college and then married and after, and I think what this is gonna provide is a meditation of just what happens when you just let your life go by, and maybe that's what the stoner aspect, like that's what stoners kind of do, right? And just look at this. It's like he meditating on something. Stoner by John Williams. I'll show you this. The lighting isn't most wonderful. There we go. All right. Next book. Ooh, that's a bigger box there. Hey. All right. Hold on, one at a time here. All right. This one. If I had to pick one I'm most excited for, it's this one. Warlock by Oakley Hall. This is a Western. This is how I found it. I was watching this video by Right Conscious about the top 10 Western novels of all time. And what made this so interesting to me is that it seemed more like a mythical Western rather than your grounded realism type of Western. So I'm just gonna read the blurb at the top. I couldn't tell you much about Oakley Hall or anything, or Robert Stone. So Oakley Hall's legendary warlock revisits and reworks the traditional conventions of the Western to present a raw, funny, hypnotic, ultimately devastating picture of American unreality. American unreality. What a phrase. First published in the 1950s at the height of the McCarthy era, Cormac McCarthy, I'm pretty sure this is referring to. Warlock is not only one of the most original and entertaining of modern American novels, but a lasting contribution to American fiction. I'm really excited. This is a year where I've gotten into westerns. I didn't get westerns before. My only real exposure was Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, and that left me thinking like, oh, this is good, but westerns are slow and slow burns because life out there was slow. But I got into what's his name? Clint Eastwood, the Dollars trilogy. Oh man, those movies are so sick. And some others. I've seen a few other westerns, but like I get it now. And also reading Arthur's Legend and just seeing how the western is a spiritual successor to the Arthur's Knight tradition. These cowboys, they're knights in their own ways, and the knights and the vagrants they're fighting. Okay, those are the unfortunately race like Indians and Mexicans and bandits, and they don't have to be Indians and Mexicans, but you guys know how it be. So, Warlock by Oakley Hall. Hell yeah. This one, if you want anyone to take a screenshot, probably really, smudgy, but you can always look it up yourself. All right. Let's see what else is in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, another John Williams novel, Augustus. So he won the National Book Award for this, and it's another historical fiction. So I got myself a Norse historical fiction, and this is a Roman one. And this is a epistolary novel about Augustus, and Augustus was the the first emperor of Rome. So if you don't know, Rome was a republic before it was an empire, and I didn't even know this. I always just when I think of Rome, I'm no expert in Roman history. I just think of the emperors. But so this is a great way for me to just get into that, learn about it, put myself in the time period. Seeing the movie Gladiator, they talk about like the dream of Rome, and I think reading this will connect me further to it. So I'm gonna read the blurb here. In Augustus, his third great novel, John Williams took on an entirely new challenge, a historical narrative set in classical Rome, exploring the life of the founder of the Roman Empire. It's funny they call him the founder, not like the conqueror. Huh. To tell the story, Williams turned to the epistolary novel, a genre that was new to him, transforming and transcending it just as he did in the Western in Butcher's Crossing and the campus novel Stoner. Augustus is the final triumph of a writer who has come to be recognized around the world as an American master. Now, that last sentence there, like, I think if you're at all interested in American literature, the great American novel, think if you want to think of it like a stock, John Williams, I think, is someone really want to invest in because I know there's something exciting about reading something new and upcoming. Yeah, even though if this is an old dead white guy, I fucking hate that phrase, but it is what it is. It's real. Um, but anyways, though, like I get it. It's like oh, Moby Dick. Um, what else is a great American novel? Catch 22. Da 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 da. Oh, John Steinbeck's ones. That it can seem just like oh, been there, done that. Like there's no sense of like thrill and discovery and like I mean, it can kind of be suffocating. Like take the air out of the room when you read Moby Dick. You might be super excited to talk about it, and you're like, oh my god, this was so great, and then the pretentious ass person's gonna say, yeah, dude, it's Moby Dick. Come on. But then you show them a John Williams novel, and maybe they might have read Stoner, but I doubt they've read Augustus, And if they have, it's probably a cool ass person who's gonna be excited to discuss it with you because it's not permeated yet in the literary circles. So I'm excited for this for sure. Probably not gonna be a while till I get to it though. Let's be real. All right. What else? What else? I'm just picking from the. Oh, another John Williams. Butcher's Crossing. So, yeah, when the ghost was inside me, I was like, okay, first Augustus, and then Butcher's Crossing, and then I had Stoner in and out. I put it in the car, took it out of the shopping cart, put it in, put it out, and then I was like, he's got 3 great masterpieces. Let's just get them all. I have it collected. So, Butcher's Crossing, John Williams. I've heard this described. This was also in that same video, top 10 greatest Western novels of all time. And some have described this as the anti-Western, which is interesting. I've also heard the movie called Unforgiven, somewhat of a anti-Western. I've yet to see that, but I would love to someday. So this one's interesting. I've also heard it described as a type of Moby Dick novel where man comes out of university. He has all of these ideals about the world, and then he faces some shit, and that couldn't be more relatable to me now. Having just graduated a year ago, me being extremely, extremely idealistic youth, and yeah, I'm not so idealistic anymore. So, this will be good. It'll be good. John Williams. So that completes that. I'm just gonna show you real quick. That's gonna look. Look at that. My collection. We're gonna have. Oh, and those and they were dude. They know what they're doing, bro. They know that yeah, we read, but it's come on. We're also collecting books here too, right? Yeah, that's part of the hobby. Okay. So we got that color coded. We got blue, gray, green. Guess you got, this guy feeling blue, I guess. Gray, meaning classical, and green. Sure. So. All right. We got two more left. I'm just gonna bring them at the same time. I'm not. I'm. Oh, I'm done. Cock teasing y'all. Okay. So, I'm not much of a poetry guy, but I've been wanting to get into it. And what's called to me is these poets who are spiritual. They speak to the soul. They're trying to activate you. They're trying to heal you in some sense. So Rumi, I was very interested in that. So I think Rumi Gold. So the reason why I just completely dove into these ones is because when it comes to these foreign poets, foreign writers in general, the translation is so important. And I just trusted NYRB having good translators out there pretty much. I don't know why. I trusted the word of mouth. So and Rumi Gold here. This I believe is Rumi's first collection. So yeah, let me tell you a little bit about it based off the blurb. Rumi's poems were meant to induce a sense of ecstatic illumination and liberation in his audience, bringing its members to a condition of serenity, passion, and oneness with the divine. That's just what I was looking for. Okay, they got me. They remain masterpieces of world literature to which readers in many languages continually return for inspiration and succor, as well as aesthetic delight. This new translation, preserves the intelligence and the drama of the poems. They're full of individual characters. They are visionary wisdom. Yeah. So that is gold. Who knows? If I took a chance, we'll see if I like it. Oh, sorry for that noise. Now the next one, water. Look at that, beautiful. At the moon. I'm assuming. So gold, I imagined is. Look at that one. This is like the sun. This is more like vibrant. Well, I imagine moon is gonna be a bit darker, a bit more subconscious. Let's see what it says here. Okay, this one actually just says more about her. So, Rumi, the 13th century Persian mystic, is both a great visionary and a great poet. His lyrics, full of dazzling images, embedded stories, intimate confessions, and rapturous flights, invite us into the presence of the divine love within and without. It's like that saying, as above, so below. A love that both responds to and leaps free from the challenges of daily existence. In water, Halaliza Gafori, so that's the one who translates the other one too, expands on gold, her previous, much acclaimed translation of Rumi, rendering with fluid grace and immediacy these masterworks of world literature. Oh. All right, let's show it all together. This is. Oh. So, boom. Oh, look at those. So, yeah, let me know which ones out of those you would read. Which one do you think I should read first? Which one would you read first? Any comments about any of them if you've read them? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if I could share some of that love of literature and be a bad influence, go out there and buy some. I get it. Support your public libraries, but also buy some new books. I love my used bookstores, but maybe you just need something nice. All right, take care, my friends.